Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Bracelets video. In this one we're going to be going over the Limit Breaker quest. Going to just take a look at some of the best in slot characters that you can use and some substitute characters if you don't have the best ones. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel or you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing and help me get to 550 subscribers. Now with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. So this Limit Breaker quest started today. Well, by today, the time of this recording, you'll probably see it like probably the next day. But anyways, yeah, it's going to be from June 30th all the way to the 11th of July. So you do have some time to clear it, but the sooner you get it done, the better. So just for usual, this first slot here will probably be catered to one of the newer units that just came out for this end of month banner. So whatever that character will be, this will probably be the first slot. And just off rip, I can tell you this first slot is more likely going to be for the Yorichi. But the stage rules are going to be the speed attribute, damage times 2, range attack damage times 2, killer effect times 4, and the paralysis status element. And then there's going to be power soul reaper enemies. Slot 2 stage rule is going to be technique attribute damage times 2, melee attack damage times 2.5, killer effect times 4, and the poison status element. And the enemies in here are going to be speed hollow affiliation enemies. And then the last slot here, oh, they actually added a bit more rules this time in the last slot. They usually don't do this. Makes me think this one might be a bit more difficult. Mind attribute damage times 2, range attack damage times 1.5, weaken status element, and there's going to be heart Quincy enemies in here. Okay, interesting. Alright, so let's just take a look at some characters that we can use to clear this Limit Breaker quest. Alright, so first character we have here, like I mentioned before, the Yorichi here, she will be the best in slot 1. She does have the Soul Reaper Killer Plus skill, so that just makes the Soul Reaper Killer effect even stronger, which is great. Soul Trait, Strong Type, Recharge Time, minus 14%. She is a ranged unit, so you will get the bonus range damage. She has Drain Plus on all of her attacks, and she does have an EX move that's going to give her 50% spiritual pressure boost, which is pretty good. The most notable things to know about this unit is that she does have a base full stem damage boost of 20% in her innate skills. Her devastation is high at 70%. She is immune to paralysis. She's a guild quest unit, so really if you want to use her in this Limit Breaker quest, you're only going to have Frenzy plus 2, not plus 3. Unfortunate, don't like that skill, but it is what it is. She does have the increased status element chance against Soul Reaper, which is great because you will be able to proc this status element spiritual pressure boost 80%. So while you have this spiritual pressure boost up and her EX move up, which lasts for 10 seconds, you will have a 130% spiritual pressure boost, which is nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Do note that this unit does not have a berserker. Kind of weird. Don't know why they decided to do that, but they did. So that's pretty much just Yorichi being the best in slot unit in my opinion. Up next here we have this Akin here. He is a brave battle unit, so he probably wouldn't be the best in slot character to use. But the good thing about this unit is that he does have a boost on his SA2, and he's a ranged NAD unit. You can never go wrong with ranged NAD units. His bruiser is just at a 50% base. Not good, but not too bad either, really. He does have Flurry plus 3, which is great. You can't go wrong with that. Enhancer, Booster, and Poise. Yeah, so if you don't have the Yorichi, I do say this is another good unit you can use. He has a boost on his SA2, and he does have Flurry plus 3, ranged NAD unit, yeah. They're terrified to make great ranged NAD units just because they're too OP. Another unit we have here is this Gin. He has a Soul Trait of Strong Type, Recharge Time, minus 12%. He is a ranged NAD unit, so you will get that bonus range damage, which is great. He also does have a barrier on his SA2. He has the full stamina only reduce strong type cooldown at 6% here. He has a base full stamina damage boost of 20%. He is immune to all status elements, which is pretty good. Full stamina only increase strong attack damage 20%. Havoc, Frenzy plus 2, increased status element chance against power attribute enemies. Damage to weaken enemies 40%, hit enemies, which is pretty good because Soul Reapers are a type of enemies that do like to hide underground. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. He doesn't have a berserker either, which is weird. I don't know why they're giving units no berserker, but I mean, it's whatever, I guess. But yeah, just another unit you can use if you don't have the previous 2 units. Another unit you can also use is this Yachiru here. She has 2 soul traits, strong attack damage 20%, and then strong attack recharge time minus 12%. Now, she is a melee unit, so you won't get the bonus range damage, unfortunately, but she's still pretty good. She's able to recover stamina in between stages, so if you get hit, you know, you'll have that 20% heal when you go to different stages. She has a full stamina only reduced strong attack cooldown 6% in her innate skills. She has a Berserker of 20%, Devastation 40%, base full stamina damage boost of 20%, and she is immune to all status elements, which is good as well. She does have the Rampage skill, which is good. Frenzy plus 2 is great. She does also have the status element Spiritual Pressure boost 80%. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the speed attribute characters. There are some other characters you can use, but the other characters are just really old and probably won't give you much. I guess what I'm trying is they won't do you too much good if you were using any other characters after this unit. They would probably have to have like a lot of dupes in them and be max rescinded. Alright, up next for the second slot stages, we have this Sun here that you can use. She has the Hollow Killer Plus, so that would just make her more effective in those stages. Soul Trait, Strong Attack Recharge Time minus 14%. She does have an EX move as well. She has Paralysis Plus on all of her attacks, and she is a melee unit, so you will get all of the bonuses here. Let's see here. The most notable things to know about this unit is she does have a pretty high devastation of 60%. She is immune to the poison status element. She gets Frenzy plus 2 outside of Guild Quest, so again, like the Yorichi, unfortunately you're losing out on an extra Frenzy here because she's not in Guild Quest. Increased status chance against Hollows here, and that will be great because it will help her proc the status element Spiritual Pressure boost. And also she does have damage to paralyzed enemies 40%. And then team/party increased damage to status element affected enemies 20%. So yeah, I'd say this is probably the best in slot character to use. Unfortunately, you're going to be kind of limited here just because she is a Guild Quest unit and you won't be getting some of these effects here that she has. But overall, still probably the better units to use in these slot 2 stages. Or if you don't have the Sun, you can use the 9th Anniversary Grimmy here. He also does have the Hollow Killer Plus, which is great. So Soul Trait, Strong Attack Recharge Time plus 20% and Strong Attack. Wait, no, I said that backwards. Strong Attack Damage plus 20%, Strong Attack Recharge Time minus 12%. My bad. He's not a melee unit, so you won't get the bonus melee damage, unfortunately. But he also does have an EX move, which gives him a boost and debuffs enemies. He does have a 50% chance to dodge hollow attacks, which is great. Berserker 70%, immune to all status elements. Frenzy is at plus 3, so you just have that off bat, great. Bombardment plus 1, increased status element chance against hollow. Element reversal, you don't see that all too often. Weakened defense, sharpshooter, status element spiritual pressure boost 80%. Forgot how good this unit was, it's been a while since I used him. But yeah, the only thing really is actually, well, no, the bonus melee demos actually be really good. But yeah, since he's a ranged unit, you won't get that, so this is another strong unit you can use too. Now, and if for some reason you don't have any of those units and you somehow have this one, you can use this con. I really wouldn't recommend it because, I mean, I just really can't see a reason why you would use him unless you really don't have any of the other units. He does have a 60% Berserker, which is cool, but, I mean, he only has Frenzy plus 1, damage to enemies not affected by element guard break, and plus hidden enemies. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Now here's an honorable mention, really. If you have her, I know a lot of people might not. I don't have her, and I've summoned on her banner when it used to come around a little bit back in the day. Is this Safui Retsu here? She's pretty good. She is a melee unit. So you will get all of the bonus melee damage. She has weakening and draining all of her attacks except her SA3. It is a charged healing attack. But when this unit came out, she was very, 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 very good. Just from what I've seen, I unfortunately haven't been able to pull her, and her banner doesn't come back at all. But the only bad thing is she's just old. I mean, she does have Frenzy plus 2, weakened defense, a base full stamina damage was 20%, but yeah, she's old. She would probably need to be max rescinded to get a real good use out of her, really. Alright, so for the third slot stages here, you can, well, actually the best, you probably do want to use this for Seasonal Retsu here. She does have the Quincy Killer Plus, which is great. We'll just make her more effective in there. Her soul trait is going to be the damage inflicted at full stamina plus 35%, which is good. She is a ranged unit, so you will get the bonus range damage. She has paralysis on all of her strong attacks. Her soul bomb seems to have a shield on it, and she also has an EX move that looks like it has a heal on it, so that's good. Just taking a look here, full stamina damage boost is 55%. The soul trait was 35, so that's just basically 20% in base in here. She's a guild quest unit, so unfortunately you are missing out on that frenzied +3. Bombardment, increased status summon chance against Quincy's, weakened defense, status summon spiritual pressure boost. So even though she is a guild quest unit, she does have some pretty usable skills that will be nice outside of it, which is great. Another unit you can use is this Meninas here. Her soul trait is super hard link swap potions +5, so I mean, by just looking at that you can tell she's pretty much a farming unit, but she does have range on all of her attacks except her SA2 is a barrier to heal, so you will get the bonus range damage, which is nice. Let's see, Berserker 50%, she's immune to all status elements, that's great. Frenzy +2, increased damage to enemies not affected by element 100%, which is great. Most barrier +2 and medic. This wouldn't be too bad of a character to use actually, because you have a heal and a barrier. I mean, just you'll have some survivability using a unit like her in here, but it probably just won't be as good as the Retsu though, just because she doesn't have the Quincy Killer Plus, but still a nice unit to use. So a unit you could also use here is this Mila Rose, but do keep in mind she is a brave battle unit, so you probably won't get much use out of her outside of it. But her bruiser is 50%. Let's see here, she does have flurry +3, which is nice, and poise. I mean, that's just pretty much all you're really going to get, so I really wouldn't recommend using her since you're only going to get what, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, well, I guess 5 if you want to counter soul traits, 6, 7 abilities in use right here. Since you're not in brave battle, you're missing out on all of that, so maybe not the best unit to use. So maybe if you have them, use the other two, but if you don't have the other two, then I guess you can just kind of fall back on her, but there probably will be some better options. A unit that I kind of forgot about actually is this 1000-year blood war Ishin here. His soul trait is the status element spiritual pressure boost 40%. Let's see here, he is a melee unit, so unfortunately you won't get the bonus range damage. He does have lacerate and burn on all of his attacks. He is immune to the weakened status element though. But the thing about this unit is he does have 80% spiritual pressure boost built into his kit, so with his soul trait being at 40%, you are going to have 120% spiritual pressure boost, which is nice. He has the increased status element chance against hard attribute enemies, so you'll more than likely be proccing that spiritual pressure boost often. Frenzy +2 is great, weakened defense. He also does have the rampage skill, which is great, so the more enemies you defeat, the stronger he'll get over time. So this is probably another solid unit you can use as well, really. Alright, so we took a look at some of the best in slot characters and some substitute ones. This is the team I just kind of came up with here. Going to be using this Askin. Don't pay attention too much to this guy, but I mean, I say that because I didn't really change out his bonus abilities or like his Transcendent slots, really just because. Don't be like me and be lazy. If I wanted to, you know, just take full advantage of him being here, I changed his bonus abilities and changed out that defensive slot just for focus. But I mean, yes, there's that. His only 2 out of 5. His Transcendence is level 11, but I think his link slots, they are level 12. For the accessories, I'm going to be using the code Chappy Hollow Bait 5-star plus, and the character link strong attack reduction, full stamina damage boost links. Now the character links will pretty much be the same across the board, just full stamina damage boost and strong attack reduction links. And then like I mentioned, his bonus abilities probably aren't really made or anything, but you will probably want to use like full stamina damage boost and plus 200 attack. Well, I guess attack SP, whatever unit you're using. 9th anniversary Grimmy here. His accessories will be the Cape Fastener, Fortification Pill, any gold Yuki Dispenser 5-star plus. Let's see here, strong attack reduction, full stamina damage boost links. His link levels are level 21, and his Transcendent slot levels are level 11. Yeah, his bonus abilities will be full stamina damage boost and the plus 200 SP, as you can see. And then we have the Meninas here. Let's see, going to be using, actually I'm going to change out this last accessory. I didn't pay attention to that. Yep, I do have the gold Yuki Dispenser. So Cape Fastener, Fortification Pill, the gold Yuki Dispenser 5-star plus, strong attack reduction, full stamina damage boost, character links. She is 3 out of 5. Transcendence levels are at level 10, and her link slot levels are at level 20. So yeah, this is the team that I made. Let's just go ahead, jump in here and see how many, I guess, stages I can clear with this team. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that SA2 because we will definitely need it. Yeah, I mean, just having him here and having the Frenzy +3 is nice. This SA2 will be very, very helpful. But yeah, we really don't have to worry too much about damage here. Now, we will have to worry about those, like, extremely tanky enemies, though. Have to watch out for them. We do have to move a bit fast, actually, so let me just put some pep in my step. Go ahead and use that just to have that barrier up. Now, the one thing that I don't really like, well, I guess it's probably actually just, this is pretty much how the game's always been, but if you switch out of these characters, they won't, their strong attacks won't probably just go off cooldown while you're not, I guess, have them out. That's one thing. I guess I could have waited a little bit right there just to kind of get that boost out, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about Grimmy, honestly. I mean, he has the Killer Plus, so he's fine here. It's just the other two units that I'm worried about once we get to those tanky enemies. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. The weakest link here is probably the Askin, even though he does have Flurry +3, but he's a Brave Battle unit. He's not going to be doing much for us, really. Well, he's a ranged nav unit, though, so we can stay far away from the enemy as possible. I mean, right now, he's doing really good. Now there's the tanky enemies. I might use my Soul Bomb on these guys. Actually, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. I could have played the Soul Bomb animation, but didn't want to. We dodged an attack, actually, which is cool. Try to inflict that poison status element. As long as we keep our full stem, we'll be fine, but we do have the Meninas to heal. But we don't really want to take damage. This is just going to slow down our DPS even more. These enemies are really annoying because you can only get like maybe a couple hits in before they start winding up their attacks. But once they do like just kind of like pull their sword back, you'll be okay. Not too worried about Grimmy here. Maybe I could have probably saved my EX move for this part, but we're doing just fine actually. That paralysis is actually helping me out. I didn't like paralysis at first, but it's growing on me the more I've been playing the game. Another good status element is the Dominate status element, especially in like Guild Plus. If you inflict them with the Dominate status element and there's no enemies for them to attack, they'll just like run up to a wall and just start hitting it, which is really nice. Now let's see how well she does here against these enemies. The damage to enemies not affected by the element 100% is a really good skill. Honestly, not doing as bad as I thought. Well, I mean, we obviously could be doing better, but, you know, it's not that bad. Not bad at all, really. But we do have to move a little bit faster. And with that, we should have rotated through all the stages, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Just have to move fast now. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster, faster, faster. What show do you know that's from? I bet you don't. Bet you don't know where I got that from. But then again, you might. If you do, kudos to you. I don't know. I mean, we'll take a look at how many missions there are. It's probably like 22 or something like that. It's 22, 23, something like that. Honestly, yeah, so if you obviously have the Yorichi, she'll probably like do really great here. We got about a minute left. Let's pick up the pace just a little bit. Got that SA2. I'll save that EX move for if we like maybe get a chance to go against those extremely tanky enemies again. If we get there. We might not, but you never know. Use that just to get the shield. We're at 16. Not bad. Usually my average are like not using like the best in slot characters. Oh, we took some damage. That's no good. Oh, we got paralyzed. Yeah, we got paralyzed. Not good. So this is the end of our run here since I took damage. It was probably the end of our run anyway. I wasn't going to be able to clear them with enough time anyway. Alright, so let's take a look at the amount of orders that I completed. Let's see, 15 out of 22, yeah. So that's more than half with the team that I have. Not too bad, I'll honestly take that, really. But if you have like some of the best in slot characters and win some dupes, you'll probably do a lot better than I did. So, you know, just good for you if you manage to complete all of these. Forgot to collect them. Yeah, that was my limit breaker quest run with just kind of like not some of the best in slot characters used, but still did really well. Anyways, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, and as usual, until next time.